diversified portfolio, but you will still have like a higher cap for those of you guys that want to start accumulating like your BTC, your Ethereum. And you'll notice that a lot of people use that strategy because this is why you see like BTC and ETH start flying first of all. And you start to see people with all that all those big guys with all the Bitcoin, all the Ethereum, they're looking at it, they're like, look, this isn't moving anymore. So they start to apply it to the mid caps. They start to apply it to the Polkadots, the ADAs. Okay? They start to apply it to them, and then you start to see the mid caps fly. And then you have all the people in the mid caps that are like, wait, mid caps are getting slow now. We need low caps. This is why you're seeing the gaming start to fly, because they're looking at like BTC ain't moving, but gaming is just separate. So you see the gaming start to take the market. And then what happens is all of that again comes straight back into the BTC, the ETH, and restores the market. So that's the strategy that you guys can use, but you can just do it on a smaller scale, and you will start to accumulate your high cap coins.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, though.
Give it a go, man. Give it a go. What's the next question?
By the way, sorry, you guys smashed it. By the way, on the Twitter. Shout out to all of you lot following all of us. You lot all smashed it.
Definitely, man.
So, you're gonna say something? Carry on. Sorry for cutting you off. Just
No, it's calm. I understand. When you lot like trade or like just invest, do you like keep logs of your coins, or do you just normally let it run, or like do you have a system where you log everything and like keep a track record of what's going on?
I know Wolf forgets about his coins and then just looks back like flying.
Yeah, I think when you're dealing with a lot of investments, it's easy to just sidetrack because there's so many to keep up with, and then you also need to remember as well that there's a life outside of crypto too. So yeah, just more time. All my investments are Google Doc, so they're on a Google document. But if I do investments with other people, I'll do so many that I just know that the person I'm doing it with will just remind me on the day. It's kind of nice as well, to be honest, because a lot of the projects that you just do, someone will come to you and be like, oh yeah, you did this, by the way, here's 50x. So definitely can't complain.
Fair play.
Sometimes you get analysis paralysis as well, man. So try not to be that guy who has all of his stuff in spreadsheets. Like this is up 20%, this is up 30%. So if you do that, sometimes you get analysis paralysis, man. Because like you might be in it like, oh, this is up 30%, and if you just left that another day, it could be up 50% or 100%. Like Dreams, I know Dreams was flying like this for the whole week, and it was up like 30%. And then now that was yesterday, and today it's now up another 50%. So I know a lot of people that would have been in there like, yeah, this is up XYZ, just like proper trying to snipe the price and keep track of everything. They probably would have taken profit, but the more relaxed investor, calm-headed, patient, would have had a...
Yeah, and I think it's if you're investing on market or you're doing early investments, because obviously I don't really invest on market. In fact, I don't think I've done that in the second. I think I bought maybe a few coins, or like I'll just re-up on like the main coins already, but I don't really invest on market. So whereas
You better have got Hodoi.
Sorry?
You better have got some Hodoi.
Oh yeah, I need to actually, that in my head. up to date already. But yeah, so I guess if you're invested on market, then I definitely say keep track of everything. I mean, with the private sales, you should know all the private sales you're in, but kind of trying to follow all of them will kind of give you too much, because there's so much coming out, and then you got certain projects that will say they're coming out this time of year, then they might say they're coming out next year, they might change their vesting, they might rebrand completely. So I think it kind of depends as well. I think when you're investing on market, it's definitely good to keep track of obviously your entries, your exits. But I guess all of that's recorded for you on the exchange you're using anyway, right? And obviously with Uniswap, you can use the Ether Explorer to see when you entered a project.
Fair play, fair play. What's the ticker for Hodo? Can I ask Crypto King quickly?
It's HOD.
Coaches.
Get involved. I'm a shield now, certified shiller. What's the next question, man?
Yeah, I wanted to throw one out there, if I can. It's a bit more personal though. But I was just asking, like, what's like people's, I guess, for the host, like, what is your overall goal out of this? Like, what's kind of long term, like maybe retirement plans? Like, do you plan to do philanthropy? Like, what kind of end goals do you have? Like, do you plan to be trading coins or holding coins long term and that kind of thing?
I mean, for me, right now, I mean, I'm only 23, so I don't really have much plan in terms of long term for what I'd be doing other than crypto. Right now, I'm just sticking with what I'm doing, really.
Right now, he's just a young lit jigger.
Just doing the private stuff. Yeah, literally just doing early investments, obviously community work, obviously working. Obviously, we got the game that I'm working on, the Forbidden Island as well. But yeah, I've not really thought about that too tough. You know, I'm kind of going with the flow for now. I feel like where I am now, I'm at a good point in life. I don't really need to. I'm not at that panic stage yet where I need to think about what's gonna happen next. But outside of crypto, funny enough, I don't really know, because I mean, I don't really do much, and that's what I kind of realized recently. Other than crypto, I don't really do anything. Like, my life kind of consists of doing nothing but crypto.
You know what it is about Wolf, and I think about all of us as well, and I think it kind of helps in business. I think we never kind of just. I think we always want more, and I think it's a good thing because in the sense that although we're pretty, and I can't speak for everyone, but Wolf just said we're kind of comfortable and kind of content where we are. I think we kind of all motivate each other and inspire each other. And we've got a good network and circle of people around us. So even if opportunities do arise from outside of crypto, which they definitely will, and there's definitely things coming into play where we could always, for example, network with each other, I think everyone's will always be on it and will always be into it, rather than someone just being lazy or someone just like I said, although we're content, not content to the point of where we're lazy and not still thinking although we're still like we're not lazy and not still thinking about our community.
No, I hear that.
Yeah. I don't have a retirement plan or anything like that either, man.
That's the thing, we can't. That's
with
the thing,
crypto,
we don't have retirement money, so like we're always kind of working for ourselves as well. So like, do you get it? Sorry, because I can carry on.
I mean, I retired already.
That's what I'm saying, but self-retired. Like, no one's paying your retirement fund.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing about crypto is it kind of gives you it gives you freedom. It gives you a lot of freedom. I mean, you can kind of do what you feel like you want to do. So you can wake up if you want to do crypto. If not, like, I could just go, because I'm actually investing and I have a team as well. You shout at the team that are always doing their work. You get it? Like, if I don't really want to do much, I could just not do anything. Do you get what I'm saying? I think that's the beauty of crypto. It's more like, if you actually just want to chill, you can just chill.
Yeah, I hear
it's very relaxed.
Yeah, I hear that. Maybe maybe the way I said it, maybe kind of, because I see there's like an emphasis on the retirement, but it's more like just in terms of, obviously you get to a point where you've kind of got a bit more finances and maybe just thinking towards stuff like maybe just like philanthropy or just stuff that maybe before you got into crypto you didn't really think about. And then like now you've like maybe got a little bit more financially stable and stuff, you go, okay, this might be something I could look to doing, as opposed to like, just about like kind of quitting work or just kind of not doing anything.
Have you got any examples?
Yeah, just for like, I don't know, like building an orphanage or something. It sounds a bit mad, but like, do you know what I mean? Just building schools, not to that level, but those, those kind of ideas that kind of pop into your head, like at a
Oh
certain
yeah,
point.
no, no,
To be
It
oh
doesn't
fair,
even
yeah,
have
yeah,
to be charitable, but like it could just be
yeah.
something like, I want to do. I've never thought about doing this in life, but now I've got the kind of finances. It kind of makes more sense, or it's more realistic for me, if that makes more
Yeah,
sense.
me, funny. Me, one thing. Um, I was actually gonna learn MMA. That's what.
Also,
Yeah, I just thought, fuck it, but
sure.
that wasn't really more of like something I couldn't do before. But I think before, when I didn't really have as much money, I spent so much time trying to make money, so I didn't
yeah.
really care about anything else. I think all that was on my head was making money. But I feel like once you start making money, they'll just kind of pop into your head. Because right now I don't really have anything on my head that I think, cool, this is what I want to do. I mean, I definitely love doing charity. So there's a lot of things that I'm doing, like with the Wolf of Markets youth campaign that started when we had done the first thing with Rimsey, the burger and bagels. There's a lot of things I've got planned out. But yeah, I've never really thought too tough. Like, what would I want to do now that I have more money to do it? Because I guess everything really was, yeah, like you kind of forget, don't you?
Oh, fair play, fair play. I think I get what you're saying.
I'd say for me, it's all about like creating a legacy, man. So like when I first when I was like looking at like my family and my friends and stuff like this, I used to play a lot of sports. I used to play like rugby, like with like private school kids and all this type of stuff. And you'd see these private school kids, they could do whatever they want. Like they could get kicked out of school and stuff like that. They'd always have a backup. So if they got kicked out of school or whatever, or they failed at rugby, they could just go and work with their parents. So for me, I always wanted to just have a legacy where family or friends, if they was ever down, they know they could have a company to work for, to have a stable income or something like this. So that's one thing I wanted to provide. But in terms of charity, I don't really have many charitable investments right now, and I know a lot of people do charitable investments to avoid tax as well. That's a big thing. So if I was to do charity, it would have to be in like a charity that I create or something like this.
No, I hear that. I think definitely everybody aims to kind of have the ability to have people be able to fall back on you, especially if you have family and stuff like that, or you plan to have family in the future. So I hear that there.
What about you,
Sorry,
Genie?
I'm so sorry. I was busy. Can you repeat the question if that's possible?
Yeah.
You saying
It was just about
would you?
things. Basically, once you kind of got to a certain level of financial stability that
Oh,
maybe you thought about doing before, maybe you weren't you didn't have the ability to, and then now once you've got to that, so it doesn't really have to be like
Mhm.
it could be charitable work, it could be just something that basically just I'm
First
kind
of
of getting at.
all, First of all, I think I'm blessed with the opportunity that I'm able that people actually listen up. Because bro, I wanted to start Crypto Genies ages ago, years ago, when Wolf will tell you how long I've been in crypto for. But the thing is, back then, not much money was in the game. Not a lot of people in the game. People didn't really trust it. But now I've kind of got the opportunity to show these people, kind of tell these people what it's all about, and I'm kind of making use of that opportunity. And in the meantime, of course, I do tend try to anyway. I like to think I do help those around me, whether it's crypto or non-crypto related. But I don't. I'm not really the kind of guy to come online and talk about what I do. But I definitely want to do stuff like see, for example, the Wolf and the what thing he did with Roomsy, stuff like that is great because it raises awareness for everything and everyone, and it also helps. So stuff like that's definitely something I want to get involved with. It's just a case of still first kind of building it out, but to get to that sort of level where it's actually raising that sort of awareness, I think I have to build a name where I'm able to get in contact with the right people